You don't need a six-figure salary or a perfect credit score to start feeling financially confident, but you do need to be in alignment with your numbers, your goals, and your structure. So let's go get aligned, shall we? Hey, I'm Erica V, mortgage strategist, real estate investor, and today I want to talk to you about something a little bit different, an actual check-in for your financial life. If you've ever wondered, am I actually doing this right? Well, this is your moment. Let's walk through it together. We're going to ask some really big questions. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a very clear picture of where you stand and where you can go next. So the first thing we're going to talk about is clarity. Let's start with the most basic question that not a lot of us take a time to ask ourselves. Do you know what you actually want your money to do? You do not need to have a perfect budget, but you do need to know what your money is doing. And more importantly, what you want it to do for you. So we're going to ask ourselves a few questions. First, do you know your monthly income? Do you know your expenses and any sort of flexibility you have on your spending? Second, do you have at least one system where you can track your money going in and going out? And the last and most important question is, are your spending habits a true reflection of your priorities? Now, I understand it that most people get stuck thinking that financial success is about having all the right answers. I'm here to tell you that that is not how it works, because what really matters is asking yourself the right questions. If your money feels, chaotic or vague, it does not mean you're failing. It just means it's time to pause and reflect and maybe get a little bit more curious, because that's what clarity looks like. Now, question number 2 is going to be where most of us tend to clam up. Do you have any breathing room? I know it feels stressful even thinking about it, but margin is the space between what you make and what you spend. And it's not just about the money either. It's also really about mental bandwidth. So to get a realistic picture of your margin, you want to ask yourselves these questions. Do I have leftover cash at the end of the month? And even if it's just a little bit, starting with $100, $200, or $500 a month, is there space to save or to invest? Or if you pivot into an unexpected expense, can you afford it? And last, and certainly not least, is do you have the emotional capacity to make intentional financial decisions? Or are you maxed out all the time? And this is where I want to remind you, margin is not about luxury. It just means stability. And the best part is that you can build stability with really small moves. Sometimes even just one strategic shift, like restructuring your mortgage or consolidating debt, really can create margin without needing more income or without changing cash flow. Now let's talk about growth, and let's get real about whether your money is actively moving you closer to your goals. So here's where you want to ask yourself some questions. First, am I investing, or could I be investing, even if it just starts as a small amount? And the second thing, do you have a plan? And this is not just a wish, but do you have a plan for retirement or future financial goals? And I do want to think past just relying solely on a pension. And last, am I using the tools that I have at my disposal, such as unused equity, in a smarter way? Growth isn't just for wealthy people. It's for anyone who wants to stop trading time for money forever. It might start small, and that's okay. All that matters is that you start. And this is where financial strategies come in. So whether it's cash damming, the Smith maneuver, building equity in a second property, or just starting to invest, when your money has a job, it starts working for you. Now, here's another question that you want to ask yourself. Am I doing this alone? Now, of course, you can build wealth on your own, but you'll build it faster, stronger, and with less stress when you have support. So let's check in and ask ourselves these questions. First, do you have a go-to professional that you trust and that you feel safe with, that you can ask questions and bounce ideas off of? Do you have someone who sees the bigger financial plan, who looks past just trying to find the lowest interest rate? And last, am I open to learning from those who've already walked the path before me? The reality is most of us were never taught this stuff. Support does not mean weakness. It is a strategy for success. So let's recap. If you feel clear on what you want your money to do, and if you've got a little bit, and even a little bit of margin, and your money is starting to grow, and you're not trying to do it all on your own, then you're already on the right path. Seriously, you're already on the right path. And if not, that's okay too, because now you know where to look. So if this video sparked something for you, don't forget to subscribe. And when you're ready, reach out. Let's build a plan that works. Mortgage-free with Erica V.